Hello everybody, welcome to the Crochet Lovers Crochet Podcast, episode number 13. So I honestly thought about skipping a week and just giving myself a little bit of a video break, but I have the time, why not just record the podcast and we'll see where we go. Okay, so I actually have a lot to show you this week, which is why I kind of got a little on the exciting side, and I know that next week I'm going to have more to show you, so I'm just going to show you now. So I have my temperature blanket for 2019. I started row 3. So over here in the Midwest, well, I'm sure you guys know that the weather has gotten crazy, and we have a big winter storm, and it's crazy, it's insane. So my temperature blanket went a little white. Okay, so this was last podcast. We had a light blue, and that's when it started. So we had this, and then today's week. So white, light blue. So white is 0 or negative, and we were having like negative 12 with a wind chill of negative 45, and it was absolutely insane. And then yesterday was 35, and the day before that was 12. So it's starting to warm up some. And I'm really liking the look of the temperature blanket, especially since we're having repeating colors, which I was worried about the very first week, since it was very warm. It's the 40s, 50s. Like the highest color we got, I believe, it's either this red or this green. I can't remember. So yeah, I'm really liking this temperature blanket so far, and I'm glad I chose to do this. Because 2019 is coming out to be a very exciting year. And I haven't missed a day yet, which is good. So I'm trying to go to the time at 12 to 3-ish, but then there's been times where I forgot to do it until like 10 o'clock at night, which is okay since I still have that day. So we missed, we missed a lot of school last week. We actually missed Monday to Thursday because of the weather. And so obviously I had a lot of free time, which I spent with friends, and I'm really glad that I did that. But beside that, I spent a lot of crocheting time when I wasn't doing that. So I started off doing this. So this is my blanket that I have for myself, and this is starting to unravel. Oh well. So these are 2 skeins of the Craft Smart in the color turquoise. So my very first Michael's trip, I'm like, I want to make myself a project. I just want to make myself a blanket, and it's all double crochet, and the first color wrap is made out of purple, and this is 2 skeins of purple, and it's folded very much, and this is 2 skeins. So after purple, it's turquoise, and I'm going to do 2 rows. I want to do 2 rows every day on this blanket because I want to finish it this month. So and I have very free time, I'm going to do that. But there's other projects which are important right now, so I'm going to try to get those done first. Yes, my very first Michaels strip I bought, not even kidding, 10 skeins of yarn. It was insane. Let's talk about the charity yarn, shall we? Because I know I'm excited about it, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about it because I was working on a really big project, which I'll show you after. So this week we went to Michaels, and this is where these yarns came from. I'm not gonna show you the yarns that I got from Michaels since I have a whole video about it, and I go in detail, and it's really cool for me to just pull out the yarns and see me go a little crazy. So I'll leave the link to that video in the description box below. So last week I set a goal for myself for 22 hats. I kind of, like I said, I didn't forget about the hats, but I tried to do like a hat a day type thing, and that's what I did. I did a hat a day, and I ended up getting 4 hats done that whole entire 4-day break, which is totally unreasonable, and I'm disappointed in myself. So these 2 days, Friday and Saturday, today is Sunday, I got 12 hats done. So in total, I have 16 hats, and I'm such a visual learner and auditory learner, but like, when it comes to crochet, I'm visual. So I have a little, I don't know if you can see it very well, I had a sticky note and I put the box and I'm like, check, check, check. That way I could make sure that I did that. That way I could personally see how much I had to do. No, I had to do 6 more hats. Okay, so when I went to Michaels, I got the color Icelandic. I used all of that up, and that was 236 yards. And then I used about half of the color Monet by Super Saver 2. And this one has 236 yards. But the Icelandic one was smaller than the Monet one, which is why it went by a little faster. I don't think it had the same amount of yards, even though it says it on the label. Hats. So I just put them in a Halloween bag. So these are my hats. These are the Monet ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a whole skinny yarn of Icelandic. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And that leaves the rest for the Craft Smart in the color Orchard Mist. And that leaves the rest of the 4 to 16. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with the amount that I did though, because I still got more than 10. How do I do this? I might be going a little bit of hat crazy. What's really weird though is that this Icelandic color and Monet from Super Saver, they're starting to get this shimmer to it. And I don't know if that's how they're making the Red Heart yarns now, because I haven't bought Red Heart Super Saver in such a long time. Like, it's literally been a couple months since I bought a variegated Super Saver. So I have no idea if that's why they're making them now or if I just got a special one. So, yeah. I lied. That's 17. I have one more hat. So I was 2 behind last week's, but I still got more than 10. So my goal for next week is 22 again. See if I can do it. Okay. So, again, from the Michaels, I got these Caron chunky cakes in the color elderberry jelly, and I got 3 of them. And if in case you didn't know, elderberry jelly is the purple's variegated one. I believe Setta got it for a Happy Meal time. Yeah. So these have 297 yards, which when I first got it, I'm like, okay, I think this should be enough. So let me show you what I have. So I'm not going to show you the full blanket yet until it's done, which might be next week. It's when Michaels comes with them in stock. Just because I want it to be a little bit of a surprise. So yeah, my brother asked for a blanket made out of this. So I'm like, okay, there we go. So this is a granny stripe, and this is elderberry jelly, and then I use Bernat Softy Chunky. So you had one for a second trip. Bernat Softy Chunky in the color white. I was making sure I wasn't like snow or something like that. Yeah, it's white. And I used 1.5 balls for 2 stripes. 1, 2. I believe it's 2 stripes. This thing is so big, and I think I just need 2 more balls to be on the safe side. Maybe 1 more. I really can't wait to show you guys to see how big this actually is. And I use an 8mm crochet hook for this. So last week I was doing really good. Or I should say this week. Yeah, this week I did really good cracking down on my yarn staff. So I got 3, 4, 5 if you include that red heart one. I'm doing good. So let's put this down. So again, on Thursday, I pulled an all-nighter, and it was pretty awesome. And on that all-nighter, I started off wanting to crochet a pattern. So I did. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about it. It's not a good pattern at all. It's my first try ever. There's a lot of things that I could have done better with it, and I tried fixing it up, but I'm just gonna have to remake a whole nother one if I really wanted to, make it better. Because I made this at like 12 o'clock and in the morning, and you can hardly tell what it is anyway. So I used this little encyclopedia of dishcloths to inspire me. Well, actually, I was going to go get it, but it was currently being used. So I made a dishcloth made out of the same color, and it had a cross in the middle of it before, and I showed it on the podcast, It was when I made all these dishcloths, and it was in the earlier episodes. So here it is. I wrote the pattern out on Google Docs, and if you really want to see it, let me know and I can share with you the link of it. Just tell me in the comments and I'll give you the link for the pattern. So basically, I haven't had a tester yet, so basically it was just myself doing this, which I know wasn't the best thing to do. So it's all double crochet except for the single crochet border, and you can't even tell that there's a posted cross in the middle of it. I mean, you can tell that there's a big line going down the middle, but I don't think you can tell it from the side unless you like push it out. Okay, so yeah, it just looks like double crochet. It doesn't look like anything fancy or anything. I mean, it was my first try at a pattern, so I don't see anything wrong with it, except for all the things I listed out. So, for my grandma, every year I like to make her, something big, like a shawl or something. I did a corner shawl last year. I made a granny square shawl this year, which I was going to give her for Christmas, but I'm planning on giving that to her for Christmas, so I had to think of something to do, and I found another shawl pattern. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to cut off on the shawls and just give her dishcloths, and so I get to use this, finally, which I'm excited for as well. And I told you this was going to be like a longer one of the podcasts because I did a lot because I was bored. Okay, so I might have showed you I don't know if I showed you the February square last week, but anyway, I finished it. So here we go. Soft pink cafe latte, black, white, and this was in coral from Bernat. Soft Bernat. Super savings, something like that. It's absolutely adorable, in my opinion. It's already attached. In my bad, I used 2 different whites, and I think I know which white I used for this, but I didn't realize I did that until, like, I think I used all that white, to be honest. So since I got February square done, I think I'm going to be a square ahead. So I might start working on March's square this month and just work on it whenever I have free time. So there we go. I'm really proud of that, and it's just so cute. Okay, and then I started working on the 2019 calendar blanket for Jayda InStitches. That was 2017. So this is my dark blue color. I don't know how many rows this is. This might be 19. So this is a pure scrap project. So basically this is the year for stash busting for me. Kind of like how Ross from Smells Like Yarn is doing. But he's doing his with patterns. I'm doing mine with bigger projects like the temperature blanket, 2017 calendar blanket, 2019 calendar blanket, the hats project, little things like that. So this is basically one skein gone once I finish it. And I realized that this was the color for my temperature blanket, and I might have to change that color now. But oh well. So I think this is 18 rows across, and 19 is next, and I'm going to use the color Cafe Latte. I don't know if it's Cafe Bean or Cafe Latte. It's the same one that Terry from the Yarn Joy podcast is using. It's so cool to see everyone working on it, and at first I was really hesitant. I'm like, you know what, I'm just not going to do it. That's just going to be so boring, crocheting double crochets over and over again, since I made 2 big projects made out of double crochets over and over again. Personally, that was like the death of me, what I thought. And this is a simplified version, so okay, that shouldn't be too bad. And it's not, so I started that in the all-nighter too, and I've been working on it when I got free time. I think the next one comes out this week, so I should probably get my game on. And I don't have a dark green color either, but I do have a light green. So during that Michael's haul, I said that I was going to use that light green that I got. I think it was like, it was a mossy color. It wasn't tea leaf. But anyway, I'm going to use that for my light green. And then, just because, ooh, I lost my voice. That is just, I think it's a good color to use for. So, use that. And my last thing to show you is a shirt. I don't know where my mom got this from, but you know, it's crochet and yarn related, so yeah, I meant to show you this last week, but so basically it's a shirt that says in case of accident, my blood type is yarn. And I thought that was adorable, and it's so cute. And we have a little IV bag with the yarn, and I think she got that from Walmart. But anyway, that's all I have to show you. And let's see if I can get those 22 hats. Thank you for watching this week's podcast, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.